rightly so, because that is moving like crazy right now. You can see USD is looking exceptionally bullish. Price is trading above that resistance, which I've been talking about so much. And it's Friday today, which means we're going to get a candle closure. So I'm going to see how we do get that candle closure. The weekly time frame is a very important time frame for me, not necessarily in terms of trading, but in terms of analysis and what we could do the following week and where momentum lies and where possibly the longer term bias is. And a strong close above this level might instigate a lot more upside. Now, at the moment, if we close like this or even slightly higher up, say we close up there, that for me isn't necessarily pivotal, because I wouldn't be too surprised to see the next candle come right back underneath. It's not clear enough breakout, which I would be 100% be looking to buy. But what I would say is I wouldn't be looking to sell anymore. That'll be very, very clear to see. If we do see a close above this on the weekly candle, by the end of today, I will not be looking to anticipate downside until we show evidence of price coming back underneath that same level. And like I said, not necessarily looking to buy, but definitely not looking to sell if that's the case. So we'll be keeping a close eye on this candle, how it closes later today, and that will literally set the bias up for next week, or at least not let me be bearish on USD. But yeah, at the moment, in terms of intraday momentum, things are still looking very, very bullish. I said yesterday it would be nice if price was maybe fake the high of the consolidation and then potentially bleed to the downside. We did take the high, but no evidence of us coming back in, and we just look absolutely bullish this morning. So yeah, I mean, at this point in time, price is just so bullish, I wouldn't be looking to do anything. If you're in some longs, great. If you're looking to short, I would definitely hold your horses. Yeah, because who knows how far this momentum can go. There's one thing to say is that USD is just so bullish and so stretched. I do expect it to eventually contract and have a bigger pullback. But trying to find that out with some short trades is always going to be very difficult going against this kind of momentum. So yeah, with USD looking so bullish, it's difficult to do anything really. If you're in some longs, great. If you're looking to short, I would be very, very patient with that. EURUSD, of course, doing the exact opposite. Really strong move to the downside. We had this consolidation for most of the week, looking for us to dip down and then push up. Didn't see that momentum sustain at all. And now if you go to the weekly chart, again, we're seeing similar characteristics of price breaking through this level of support now. Again, potentially going to get a strong weekly candle close underneath. That will make me not bullish anymore. Not necessarily looking for sells, because the market's still a little bit stretched. I still need some bigger pullbacks before I can short myself. But it will put to bed my bullish bias, I would have to say. And possibly we could be looking at move back down to this low for the next however many weeks, however many months. We could be seeing EURUSD plummet back to 0.97 beyond parity. So it could be a lot of downside coming up for EURUSD. This could be the catalyst for that. And I will 100% be looking for pullbacks on the way down. I need a little bit more from Euro before I start looking to short. Like I said, the market is just a little bit too bearish for me to be looking to sell. I like to take bigger pullbacks in the market. I don't necessarily look for smaller pullbacks. So now is not the time for me to be looking for entries. But yeah, looking very, very bearish. And really where my main focus is on the weekly candle close, to see how we close by the end of the week, if that momentum sustains, or maybe this afternoon. I know we got some minor USD news this afternoon. Do we push back up? That's a possibility as well. And then that will really change things. If price was to see another 4-hour candle close back above here, that will leave a big wick on the weekly time frame. And at that point, you're probably looking for a bit of upside next week. So things can look very, very different very, very quickly. At the moment, a lot of bearish momentum. Like I said, if you're not kind of long dollar or short euro, I wouldn't be looking to do anything here. It's just very, very difficult to get any trades in at the moment. Pound USD doing something similar, but not as much as euro. Actually, it is as much as euro. I was not expecting that. Yeah, pound USD is looking very, very bearish as well. Of course, USD is strong, so pound USD is going to be pushing down, but euro is very, very weak the past couple of days. So I thought euro would be pushing a lot further, but no, pound USD is looking really bearish as well. This one's breaking through structure like it's nothing. Broke through this low with ease. Even broke through this low with ease as well, and broke through this low with ease. Is it going to go break through this low too? We'll potentially find out very, very soon. I have to say it's looking really bearish on the higher time frames as well. For pound USD, are we going to head back to the low here? Maybe. Weekly charts looking really bearish. It looks like we've broken through that trend line, or we're breaking through the trend line, I should say. And that could be the catalyst for a lot more downside. So yeah, it's not looking good for pound, not looking good at all. I think the pullbacks on the short side still look good. I was talking about some shorts on the retest of this low, but does not look like we're going to get that. But I would say shorts on the retest of that consolidation are starting to look pretty attractive now, because we've really left behind this consolidation, really strong move to the downside. So if we can keep this up, the chances are we could be seeing a retest of that for more downside. It's difficult to be looking for buys in these conditions for pound, I must say. Yes, we do expect to see a bigger retracement at some point, but I would not be surprised if we're going to head back to this low here for pound USD. So in my opinion, pullbacks and shorts look the best bet, especially if USD is going to break that high and sustain above those prices, above 107. 500. We could probably see a lot more upside for USD next week. And then, of course, pairs like pound USD, you're looking for downside. So this becomes a nice setup now. The retest of the low does not look like we can get the retest of 1.285, but something like this might be a nice opportunity. Probably not for today, but maybe early next week, we might see that retracement into that level. And then, yeah, some more downside. The market's just bleeding at the moment. So if you're intraday looking to ride momentum, you just want to be focused on shorts, really. Because yeah, looking to long is always going to be very, very difficult. As we take a look at dollar CAD's having that bounce. To be honest, it did kind of stop out a lot of people before that bounce. We were talking about some buys early in the week over here. We did see a nice push, only to come and test this area before price came back down. Swept the lows there, and now it's looking pretty bullish as well. I mean, it's still held into that level, so if you did get taken out, it would just be another re-entry signal, really. Yeah, now we're looking bullish again, coming back into this area. So again, if you were long, I think this is a smart area to secure some profits, since we did reject that area pretty well last time. But yeah, if USD is going to be strong, then dollar CAD's got a good chance of coming back to the high there as well. So maybe a situation of banking some profits and leaving the rest to run back to the high at 1.41. But yeah, it does look like we're probably going to see continuations for dollar CAD. I think because CAD's been a little bit strong as well. So dollar CAD's had a little bit of trouble pushing up compared to the other USD pairs. If you take a look at Aussie dollar, so this one not looking as bearish. Aussie hasn't been as weak as euro and pound. I think pound, Aussie, euro, USD, all those type of currency pairs are falling. So euro and pound are just very, very weak at the moment. But Aussie dollar is doing a pretty good job at holding on to this low. This was a low we were talking about for the retest. It performed pretty well. Price almost came back for another one, looking pretty bearish. I do think there's still a little bit more downside anyway for Aussie dollar, as we've been speaking about a retest of the lows here, down at 0.64. So I still do see Aussie dollar falling back to that area, retest of that low. Looks like we're on our way. As the USD, similar situation. For this one, looks like we're going to come back to the low here. I was talking about possibly a U-turn at this level, but price did not hold that level at all. Well, we did see a brief bounce, but that double bottom I was hinting at yesterday, no confirmation of that. Price just broke through. Looks like it had a retest this morning, so probably going to keep falling at least back to 0.58 now. I still do think eventually we're going to have that bigger reaction, but it's just very difficult to look to long these USD pairs with USD being so strong. And of course, going on to your lovely gold and silver. Gold, last time I checked, just storming to the upside. Yeah, been looking to short gold this week, but literally no confirmation, and gold has just been absolutely flying. So I managed to dodge that bullet. But yeah, gold's looking exceptionally bullish, which is funny because USD is also very bullish as well. So yeah, that goes to show you that correlation isn't always 100% between the DXY and gold. Fundamentally, a lot of things play into that. What drives gold's price? Yes, USD being weak will help gold be strong, but if there's certain external situation that will cause people to buy gold, doesn't really matter what USD is doing, gold's going to go up, and we're seeing evidence of that. We saw evidence of that with Russia, Ukraine, COVID as well. So times of fear, gold's going to be bought heavily, and we're just seeing price push up like it's nothing really. So it's difficult to short gold. And I did say yesterday that if gold does break the high here, I would not be looking to short at all. And looks like we're about to go and do that, to be honest. So I'm going to be relaxing that bearish bias on gold, and maybe we are just going to push back to the highs at 2780, 2790, and maybe beyond. I'm still hanging on to my silver position, which is actually doing quite well now. We're seeing some upside momentum. And the fact that I haven't got short on gold means that I'm just going to hold into the silver position, really, because that was the original plan. I was looking to short gold and then close silver. And if I didn't get a chance to short gold, I would just hold on to silver. So I'm just going to be holding on to silver, and it's doing all right. We're kind of sideways most of the week, but we're seeing some nice momentum now. And hopefully with gold pushing, silver's going to start to push and go and break the highs and get to where I'm looking for price to get to, which is the area up there, which lines up really well with that daily level on the left around 32. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with USD. It's just very, very strong. I'm kind of waiting for the weekly candle to close to confirm things for next week, really. I'm not trying to look to do anything too much with USD at the moment. Yeah, the main USD pairs looking to get involved this week was gold, and gold's just been too bullish to short anyway. So besides from that, nothing really to report on, of course, apart from managing silver. So yeah, USD impressive momentum, I must say. Very, very bullish, and the weekly candle is going to paint a big picture of what's next to come. Whether we get a strong close above or we leave behind the big wick, we'll find out this afternoon.